Welcome back. We're talking with Jim Blansit from Copper Run Distillery, and as we talked earlier, we talked about kind of the beginnings. But I want to talk about the process of distilling. How does that work?
When I decided to do this, I did a lot of research, trying to figure out how the old timers did it, and not taking any shortcuts, just doing it the old traditional
So I'm sure
way.
they didn't have a menu written up somewhere. Is all of a secret brought down from generation to generation? I'm
You
sure.
know, a lot of those recipes have been lost with the secrecy that
Really?
the government enforced upon
Wow.
everybody. However,
But being resourceful as you are,
I found a way. The process is very natural and very basic. So we do it the way the farmers did it hundreds of years ago, starting with fresh corn.
Okay.
So the process is easy enough. If you take the corn and grind it up really fine into cornmeal and mix it with water, the natural bacteria that's on the corn begins to sour the mash,
okay.
which in essence breaks all the corn starch down into corn sugar.
Okay.
So my job as a distiller is to make really good food for the yeast, which is going to take the corn sugar and ferment it into corn alcohol.
But
So where do
none
you
of-
get your corn?
Well, we have local farmers that provide the corn for
Okay.
us. And the corn's great because it stores so well. So
Right.
they can harvest in the fall, and we've got corn supplies all year long for our moonshine production.
Yay.
So yes, now the yeast actually does all the work for us in the sense that produces the alcohol.
Okay.
The alcohol actually through the fermentation process is just everyone's favorite chemical. There's hundreds of chemicals that the yeast produce through the fermentation, and we call those chemicals congeners. And some of the congeners taste really good, and some taste really awful. So the art of distilling is to distill the good congeners
Distill
away from
off
the
the
bad
bad, yeah.
tasting congeners to make a good tasting whiskey.
Now, in some bigger companies, do they use chemicals to accelerate that process or do certain things?
I'm
Yeah.
sure that they can
Yeah.
and probably do, and I really didn't focus on the modern distillation
Yeah.
techniques. I wanted to really focus
This
on
is
the
more of a
traditional.
old
natural
time.
way and traditional
That's
way.
right.
to do
So
it, yeah.
we're not going for the quantity. We're really focusing on the quality.
Okay.
So we do very small batches. Our still is
Okay.
only 150 gallons, so we do one
Okay.
batch at a time, which gives us this real hands-on experience for producing the spirits. We do a double distillation, and
Okay.
our corn whiskey comes out of the still at about 75% alcohol. The heart that we
Okay.
collect. We remove the heads and the tails, as the old timers would call it,
Okay.
the rough congeners, from the heart, which is the good stuff that gives us this rich, full, smooth tasting whiskey that we bottle and sell as our moonshine.
Okay, and let's talk about it. You said you brought
Fair.
4 different products today?
Or three.
Or
We
three?
brought
Okay.
the 3 different products. The moonshine is our unaged corn whiskey. Now, instead of bottling this, if we put our corn whiskey in a charred white oak barrel, after 2 years, it ages into a bourbon style whiskey.
Okay.
So the color comes from the caramelized sugars in the oak barrel from the charring process.
Okay.
So it takes us about 9 days to make the moonshine and
Okay.
2 years to age the moonshine into bourbon.
Okay.
Wow. So it's not a fast process by any means.
No, and there's no shortcuts. The aging process in a white oak barrel is done through time. And 2 years is the minimum. The more time,
Okay.
the better when it
Of
comes to
course.
bourbon for the
Of
most
course.
Now we also produce rum. Rum is totally different in that we start with molasses.
Okay.
Blackstrap molasses that we ferment just like wine, and then do the double distillation process with the molasses, just like we do with the whiskey, and we end up with this rich island style
Beautiful.
of rum that we age in used wine barrels.
Okay. Wow.
Cool.
I want to taste all of this. Just saying.
When you come to Copper Run, we'll be happy to pour you a sample so you can try all of our products. We make wonderful cocktails with our live music that we have every Saturday from 4 to 7, and
This
then
is an
Sunday afternoons
experience.
from 2 to 5.
cool.
We feature a lot of local singer-songwriters
Oh,
such as
good.
Cindy Wolf and Mark Blue and Brandon Moore and other wonderful talented musicians. And
Neat.
of course, with the music and the food, we need some fresh cocktails.
Of course
So-
we do.
Of course.
And I thought I would bring the ingredients to make a batch of fresh moonshine margaritas.
Love to try that.
The recipe is really simple. I'll share it with you.
Okay.
Start off with 5 cups of water. Good water. You don't want tap water. You want good old Ozark Mountain spring water. So here we
You
are,
bet.
5 cups of water. Now in any good margarita, you've got fresh lime juice.
I like the jar.
It kind of looks like an old pickle jar.
It does,
big
doesn't it?
pickle jar, yeah.
Actually, that was 6
Yep.
cups of water.
Say that again. What this?
This is our lime juice, and we
Okay.
have 5 cups of fresh lime juice.
Did you squeeze that this morning?
I've been busy. I got up early this morning.
You must have.
We made the moonshine yesterday and squeezed the limes this morning,
Well, there
so
you
it's
can't
pretty
get any
fresh.
fresher than that.
Now, the next ingredient that makes our margarita so delicious is the 3 cups of brown sugar that I'm going to add
Wow.
to
Whoa.
balance out the tartness of the lime juice. So we'll give that a little stir.
Can I lick the bowl?
It smells
That's
good
really
already,
good.
doesn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
And then a secret ingredient here is 1 teaspoon of orange oil,
Oh,
which every good margarita has a little hint of
oh,
orange.
cool.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
Well,
I'm learning.
I hope you're taking notes at home if you'd like to make a perfect recipe for margaritas.
We're missing something here, that we need 5 cups of
Don't
moonshine.
we need some alcohol?
So let's add some fresh moonshine to our margarita mix. And this again is 5 cups of moonshine.
Look at the.
The whole bottle is 5 cups. You've done this before because that measures out just right.
That works out to be right at a gallon, doesn't
I
it?
wanna
Yeah, it
smell
does.
this.
Let's give this a little shake.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with our lime, we're going to wet the top of the glass,
Okay.
put some sea salt on the rim of the
That's
glass.
how they do that.
You gotta have that sea salt.
And what's a margarita without salt? Look how nice.
That is
We're
nice.
close. Let's get some ice.
And you're a bartender too.
We're almost there.
Okay. Getting excited, aren't you?
Let's see if I can pour
Oh my
a
gosh.
margarita from a gallon jug.
Ah.
Dan, are you ready?
You bet.
Dan?
There we go. Cool.
Our studio's gonna smell good.
Now I'm not a mixed drinker. I'm not much of a drinker at all. So what's the proper etiquette for drinking a margarita?
Well, you always have to toast to your health.
All right.
Okay.
And
Cheers.
then
I mean, do you? Okay. That's a
That
fir-
is very good.
fresh.
Just that salt. You're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
that. I love,
That's
I
nice.
like the salt
Very
all
good.
mine.
Never had a margarita before.
Well,
That
I'm
tells you
glad
how-
to have the ability to make you
Introduce
the
me
first
to one.
margarita.
I
Well,
like
thank you,
that.
Jim.
That's a whole
Margarita.
different. I like it.
We've got about 30 seconds or about a minute actually remaining. We appreciate you being here so much. We want to let people know where your establishment is in case they
Do you have a
wanna go
website or
to-
anything
yeah.
like that?
We do. We have a
Okay.
website. You can find us at copperrundistillery.com.
Okay.
We're on Facebook, of course, as Copper Run Distillery. We're located, our address is 1901 Day Road in Walnut Shade, Missouri, on the west side of 65.
Okay.
Of course, our phone number and maps and directions are on the website.
Okay.
And you can call us at 417-587-3456. And please come out. Everybody's welcome. We're open from 10 to 7 every day. We offer tours and music on the weekends. And the property's beautiful. So come out and wander around and take it all in.
It's a good day
Sounds like a
trip.
cool place to be.
It's a
You
lot of
bet.
fun.
Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'd like to thank all the guests that have been on the show today, Matt Bell, John Griffith, Courtney Pillow, Chad Phillips, and also Jim Blansit from Copper Run Distilleries. Thank you so much.
Thank
Love this
you.
interview.
Thanks for
Thank you very
having me.
much. We'll see you again next time.